After I made this video putting a plungie on the Carl's Jr. star, and they responded, asking me to do it from my car. So today we're gonna complete their challenge, but first we have to do something even more important than that. Complete your challenge.
You guys challenged me to put a plunger on the M of McDonald's.
And this is where our adventure begins. By the way, if you're wondering why they're not called Hardee's, it's because they have a terrible naming structure across different parts of the country.
It's a very precise situation, but it could fit right smack dab middle of the M.
So I went inside to get permission, but then I found out their door was locked and I didn't want to interrupt the busy drive-thru. So we left to the next Carl's Jr.
Again, that sign is not gonna work, but it looks so good.
Half the struggle with these plunger trick shot videos is finding a sign that works.
We can't just be throwing plungers while cars are getting their food. We drove 30 minutes to another McDonald's and it still won't work. First of all, that's not flat, and I'm trying to get it on the M for you guys. See, we need to find the right sign, because if you get it, obviously right there you could plunge it, but we want to plunge it right there, not there, there. Yet another Carl's Jr. we can't do, because can you guys even see that with the horrendous, absolutely horrible lighting?
You're so upset about that?
I'm upset!
I'm absolutely determined to find the right sign for you, but in the process of finding one, me and Rachel got in an argument.
Rachel seems to believe that there's more doors than wheels in the world. There's for sure more wheels. You need wheels for everything functional. A door, you just need it to get inside of one building, but the building will house 100 wheels.
But then you gotta think of how many buildings there are. Buildings don't have wheels.
Are there more wheels or doors in the world?
I think there are more wheels.
Thank you! That's what I'm saying!
And with that debate settled, I have found the most perfect McDonald's sign. And no matter what it takes, I have to convince them to let me do it. Because McDonald's always says no.
No. You have to get full permission.
I'm so sorry to let you know that I don't want you to do that.
I've never ran into this many no's before.
I had a question.
Yeah.
So like, hear me out. I do these plunger trick shots for social media. I just put a plunger up on the sign, and you guys have this M in the back, and people have been asking for McDonald's. So I was gonna ask you guys if I can put a plunger up on that.
I'll get it back.
All right, cool.
So I grabbed all the plungies, and it seems like these guys have seen the channel before.
What's up, dude? Hell yeah. Alrighty. Oh my God, this is the easiest sign ever.
And then I realized I'm gonna lose my plungers in that bush. So it's not gonna be super easy getting them back, but thankfully these guys came to watch, so I knew I had to get it for them.
I got this.
This is the easiest setup for a sign, so I know in just a few tries I'll get it.
Go! Let's go! Got it. Hey, thank you guys. Thank you.
Now we just need to clean up so we can go to Carl's Jr. and do the driving plunger trick shot.
Yeah! That's me. Let's go! I love them.
It just cracks me up that everybody's so down for plungers. I love it.
Carl Jr., let me give you the rundown of what we're looking at here before we go inside and get permission. Just imagine for a second I'm a car. Look, drive by here, launch. If I shoot, I get it, but if not, we just keep going around and we come back here and then here. We're back at it. Launch. We keep doing laps. That's one option. Second option is to go the other way. And careful, watch out for the curb. Here, launch. This is our main problem. This beautiful curb right here, it's kind of a hassle. You're looking at the sign, you gotta line it. Okay, sign's right here. So if I'm gonna launch this thing, I gotta be in the car right here. But if I need to be this close, I can't make that happen. So with all that you know, there's a very real possibility that today, this is not our Carl's Jr. So let's go inside. Hi, I have a question. So Carl's Jr., they commented on my TikTok. I do these plunger trick shots, and they wanted me to do one driving, where I put a plunger up on the sign. And so I was gonna ask you guys if I could do that here, and I would just be driving around the parking lot and throw a plunger at the sign and it'd stick.
I was trying to be as clear as possible so she would know I'm doing laps in her parking lot.
I don't know, whatever you want.
Okay, All right, cool, thank you.
Plunger on it, what are you doing?
Yeah, we're putting a plunger on the side.
This guy Grant absolutely loved the idea, so he decided to come out and watch. So it's time to get to throwing, and it's gonna be extremely difficult because I'm gonna be in a different spot every time.
Get a little bit closer. There you go.
I'm worried I'm gonna damage my car on the curb, but at the same time, the only thing that matters is this plungy trick shot. This is the circle we're doing over and over until we get it. And every time I'm throwing, I'm starting to get closer and closer to the star. I thought I was gonna have to stop for plunger pickup every time I ran out, but Grant decided to help us out. Even though I'm trying to hit the star, I also enjoy hitting the a-hole sometimes.
Dude, I love that you're here. It makes it more exciting. You're the man.
Even though I've never broken a sign, this time I absolutely drilled it with the wooden part of the handle.
Ah, man.
And because I'm so far away from the sign, I have to throw it extra hard. So I'm really praying I don't have to buy them a new sign today.
You want to let them go through?
I'm also not trying to hit anybody on the way in or out of the restaurant.
It's easier when you're standing in the same spot.
I feel like I'm getting in the zone, but I did lose this plunger on the roof. We spent 20 minutes trying until Grant thought of the idea of going the other way around the parking
You're
lot.
taking that away from you. First, if you go as you're heading towards it, that might give you more of that walk.
Yeah.
So we tried it, but it was terrible and I hated it. It made me feel like it was messing up my flow. So I turned it back around, because the plungy king knows what he needs to do. Also, I couldn't take it seriously with Rachel's head placement right here. But it's time I finished what I started. I believe in committing to your dreams, and that's why I said at the beginning of the year I was going to take this channel from 0 to 10 million subscribers to prove that anything is possible if you commit to your dreams. And I love making content, so I'm going to nail this trick shot for you.
Oh my gosh. Stay loaded, dude.
Right.
Let's go.
I believe in you.
Hell yeah, let's go. Oh, yes. Yes. We did it. Yes, let's go. Imagine it wasn't recording. Grant, thank you, bro.
If you enjoyed that video, you should watch the one where Wendy's left a comment on my post.